Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Spilling Tea. I'm your host, Tiffany Daniels. We are going back to that horrible world known as the JRC. But before we do, the usual disclaimers. If you're unfamiliar with the Stop the Shocks campaign or the campaign against the troubled teen industry, you're going to find all the pertinent links right there in the description box. Please, in particular, take note of the article written by NeuroClastic, a small non-for-profit started by autistics for autistics. In it, they interviewed over 800 ABA professionals in regards to the JRC's so-called behavior modification program. The Judge Rotenberg Educational Center doesn't want you to read that article so much. They threatened NeuroClastic with a defamation lawsuit if they did not remove it from the website. Therefore, folks, you know the drill. Please don't forget to read the article, share it on all your social media. Also included is NeuroClastic's public statement regards to the defamation lawsuit threat, as well as a link to their GoFundMe. We are crowdfunding just in case the JRC ever actually does see through with their threat. Trigger warning 1 when we discuss places like the Judge Rotenberg Educational Center or Agape Boarding School for Boys. You're going to hear vivid descriptions of and catch clips through surveillance footage of people with mental health issues and disabled people being tortured and abused. If you do got young children present, please make sure to use your headphones. Trigger warning 2, this channel is marked not for kids for a reason. We use profanity on occasion and speak on dark subjects. If your child is 16 and younger and they are watching this, very obviously parental supervision is very much advised. Alright, and allergies, of course, so there's going to be that. There's going to probably be a little bit more time in between videos. I got chores done way earlier than normal. So, probably going to be working out in between because I'm insane. Alright, so, further ado, back to where we were, and yes, this is my Deadpool shirt. I regret nothing. I need like 10 of them. The only reason the commenter provides to support its argument that this ban is oh, for the love of God, I'm not awake. Educative is that the FDA repeatedly makes factual judgments and findings specifically concerning the medical care and treatment of a small subset of students at just one institution, JRC. They love to play the martyr card, but let's talk about facts here, JRC. You are the only ones using this particular skin shock device. Yes or no? Okay. Number 2, as the only place that is using this particular skin shock device, are you also only using it for a singular purpose by your own words? Yes or no? Okay then. Now, what is it that the FDA does? What is their governmental mandate? Exactly. They are the folks that are there to either agree and say, yes, this is safe to put out on the market, or no, what the hell is wrong with you? This needs to be removed. Right? That is literally their directive. It is why they exist. Right? So, what is the argument here? But you're just picking on the JRC because the JRC are the only sick bastards who are using this device. What is there not to get here? What is there not to get? But you're just picking on our students. No, JRC. No one's picking on your students but you. Okay? We are not targeting your students. We are not targeting you. You simply are the only place insane and evil enough to not only manufacture and make a device like this, but to stick it on young kids. Okay? The FDA is doing their job. You don't get to say they're targeting us in a situation like this, because who the hell else are they going to target? Nobody else is using your torture device. Okay? And for them, we're just targeting our particular subset. Newsflash, Karen, you are not the only facility, community-based, or facility-based treatment program out there that deals with students with those subset of issues. Not even remotely close. There are millions of neurodivergent folk all over the world. Every single last one of them are being treated on alternative treatment programs to human torture. The data, the research, and the results literally speak for themselves. We're talking results that go back decades, that did have proper controls in place, I might add, as well as studies into the longevity of the behavioral changes, because unlike the JRC, these folks did follow-ups. 5 years, 10, 15, 20. We are getting some now that are going into 30 years, folks, okay? Nobody is targeting you, JRC. We are not targeting you in particular, okay? You are simply the only facility using this insane torture device, okay? Stop with the nonsense. Makes my brain hurt. To the extent the commenter is arguing that the facts and analysis underlying the ban only regard a subset of students at JRC, this is not true. Thank you. As discussed throughout this final rule and the preamble to the proposed rule, the key analysis supporting this ban regard the risk and benefits posed by the ESDs for SIB or AB and the state-of-the-art treatment for this patient population, which are based on evidence from the literature and other sources respecting patients and subjects treated and studied at many different institutions across the country over several decades. Exactly. Our data has data. Much like our receipts have receipts. Okay? Nobody's targeting the JRC. You don't get to play the martyr here. Alright? Stop. But they're just targeting us and you're just being mean because once again, I have never ever had that question answered in a sane manner. As to why all of us would put years, decades of our lives into this. I'm on decade number, well, I'm going into decade number 3 here, okay? This is hardly something I decided to do on a whim because it was Tuesday. Stop with the martyr complex. Stop with, you're just picking on us and only us with other facilities. Other facilities what, JRC? Other facilities what? 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 Exactly. They're not using the device now, are they? Why the hell would other residential facilities and treatment programs be targeted when they are not the ones using the device that is of concern here? That makes absolutely zero sense. Now I know logic and sense is slowly dying a very terrible death, but for the love of God, please, at least for this particular case, show that you have some. To the extent that the commenter is arguing that banning ESDs for SIB or AB will only as a practical matter impact students at one institution, this does not render the ban adjudicatory as explained in the following paragraphs. In other words, you don't get to say you're just targeting us. You can't really use that logic when you are literally the only facility that is using the device. Who the hell else are we going to target? Who the hell else is using a device like this designed to cause physical pain? Literally no one, no one, no one. Okay? You all decided to use the human shock collar, which is what I call it. You are the ones who are the only facility that's still engaging in physical aversive techniques. Which, by the way, it's punishment. It's a punishment model. Let's start calling it what it is in order to spare the JRC's feelings. Because quite frankly, I don't care about their feelings. Alright? Not even remotely. You can't sit there. You're targeting us. You are discriminating against these parents, their rights, and us and the students. Again, the only people who are actually targeting and trying to intimidate anyone is you, JRC. Jesus. And I hope to God we don't have to deal with this exact same argument again here in a couple of paragraphs. But what are the chances of that, right? Okay, we're going to go ahead and close out on that one, folks. We don't get very many views on this channel. The few we do get do tend to get removed from time to time. You know the drill. Please don't forget to hit the like button, hit subscribe. Please don't forget to utilize those comments. I appreciate your time. As always, folks, we here at Spilling Tea do hope you have a good one. I'll see you all in a few minutes. Bye-bye, everyone.